Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss on the topic human reproduction, and this video is presented to you by www.examher.com. So as we have discussed about the female reproductive system and about the ovaries, so now we are going to continue the female reproductive system, and we are going to discuss about the other accessory organ which is present inside the female reproductive system like oviduct, uterus and vagina. So first of all we are going to discuss about oviduct, which is also called fallopian tube or uterine tube. So as you can see, this is the uterus, this area is called vagina, and this is the fallopian tube. These are ovaries. So as you can see, ovaries are 2 in number, and also the fallopian tubes are 2 in number. So the length of the fallopian tube is around 10 centimeter long, and the wall is muscular and internally ciliated. So it has a ciliated wall inside. So what is the role of this ciliated wall, we will discuss further. Okay, so first of all we will discuss about the structure of the fallopian tube. So from the proximal end you can see it has a funnel like structure which is also called ampule or infundibulum, and it bear a finger like projection which is called fimbriae. Okay, and this is a funnel like structure which form a cap like structure over a ovary. So whenever the ovulation take place inside the ovary, the ova discharge into the fallopian tube easily. Okay, and the distal end, as you can see in the diagram, the distal end is connected to the uterus. Okay, so what are the functions of the fallopian tube? First, the function is to receive the ova from the ovary. So when the ovulation take place inside the wall of ovary burst, and the ova enter into the fallopian tube and rest inside the fallopian tube. And as I have said earlier that the wall inside the fallopian tube is ciliated wall. So what happen is till the sperm enter into the uterus, the fallopian tube hold and nourish the ova till it get fertilized. And when there is any entry of the sperm from this area, so the entry of sperm takes place from the vaginal area. So when there is any entry of a sperm, so the sperm enter into the fallopian tube, and these ciliated duct helps the sperm for locomotion, and it reaches to the ova and fertilizes the ova. And when the ova get fertilized, it moves through the ciliated duct and enter into the uterus, and this process is called implantation. So this ciliated duct helps the sperm and fertilized ova for locomotion. Okay, so now next we are going to discuss about the uterus. The uterus is a pear-shaped structure, as you can see in this diagram. It has a pear-shaped structure. Okay, it is thick walled, it has hollow structure, and this is situated in the pelvic cavity, and uterus is situated between the rectum and the urinary bladder. So the rectum is present behind and the urinary bladder is present in the front side of the uterus. So the uterus is divided into two parts: the body part, which is also called the corpus, and the lower part, which is cervix. Okay, so uterus is a hollow structure. It is hollow inside, and also its wall is stretchable. So it has three layers. The inner one is endometrium, the middle one is myometrium, and the outer one is perimetrium. So the lower cervic area open into the internal orifice towards the uterus body part, and the other part open into the external orifice which is open into the vagina. Okay, so this part is called fundus, the above bulge part which is called fundus. Okay, so this is the normal description of the structure of uterus. So now we will discuss what is the function of uterus. Okay, so as I have discussed that it has three layer: endometrium, myometrium, and perimetrium. So this endometrium layer eroded regularly at the time of menstruation and regenerate soon after. So what happened during menstrual cycle, this endometrium layer is contained full of blood vessels, and it is ready for any fertilized ova, to nourish the fertilized ova. But if no fertilization take place between the male and the female gamete, so this endometrium erodes and uh, regenerate soon after for the next fertilization. Okay, so the role of this uterus is: first, the menstruation; second, implantation of embryo in the uterus. When the fertilization take place, the implantation of embryo take place inside the uterus in pregnancy; and feeding of development during pregnancy of child. So the uterus provide the nourishment to the developing baby till the 9 month, until the discharge of the baby from the uterus. Okay, so it provide nourishment to the developing baby. So the next is vagina. So vagina, as I have told, as this is the uterus, which is a pear-like structure, and the uterus open into the cervix open into the vagina, and vagina open into the vulva. So the lower part of the vagina is vulva, and the upper part of the vagina is cervix. And this vaginal area helps for copulation and for receiving the semen from the male reproductive organ. Okay, and this mucus is present, layer of mucus is present in the cervix, and which spread the mucus to the vaginal epithelium. So this mucus is rich in glycogen, and it nourishes the vaginal bacteria, which is lactobacillus. So this lactobacilli is the vaginal bacteria which prevent the vagina from other bacteria. So this lactobacilli is actually the skin friendly bacteria which is present inside in the vagina and provide the vagina from other type of infections. Okay, so this lactobacilli produces acidic environment around the vagina, so that no other bacteria can infect the vaginal part, female vaginal part. Okay, so in girls, the vulva has the covering which is called hymen. So as I have discussed, that vulva has the hymen, as you can see in this diagram. This layer is hymen, which is a transparent membrane. So this membrane, it's a kind of myth that people generally think that the presence of hymen layer is actually responsible for the virginity of a female, but this hymen also can be present after the intercourse, and this hymen layer can also be uh, degraded at the time of any sports activities like cycling or horse riding. So this presence of hymen layer is not the actual criteria for the virginity of a female. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the breast region. These are one pair, that is two in number, rounded structure, and present on the ventral thoracic wall. That is the front part of the chest area. It is present, and it has an erectile nipple in the middle. As you can see in this diagram, it has a erectile nipple in the middle, and this nipple has 15 to 20 opening of the lactiferous duct. As you can see, it has 15 to 20 opening of this lactiferous duct, and these lactiferous duct carry the milk from the mammary gland, and these lactiferous duct form the lactiferous sinus, and as you can see in this diagram, it forms the lactiferous sinus, and these lactiferous sinus also store the milk. Okay, so as you can see, the base area of the nipple, which is pink in color, or in some it is dark brown in color, varies. So this base area is called areola. So a breast is with 20 lobes, about 20 lobes of milk gland, and each lobe is formed into the many lobules, and it is functional in female and vestigial in male. So the presence of this lobes and lobules of milk gland is also there in male, but in male it is vestigial, and in female it is functional, because the female has to provide nourishment to a newborn baby. Okay. So the size of the breast varies. So up to the puberty, the size is small, and after puberty, when there is any there occur hormonal changes inside the ovaries. So after puberty, the size of breast is gradually increases. But during pregnancy and after the birth, the secretion of prolactin hormone take place. So this prolactin hormone is the hormone which is helpful for the secretion of milk. So this due to this prolactin hormone, the size of breast increases. So the first milk released after the birth of the child is called colostrum, and it is rich in protein and antibodies. So this first milk, which is called colostrum, is rich in antibodies, and these antibodies provide the immune system and provide the immunity to the newborn baby to fight against the bacteria or fight against the infection. Okay. And after 3-4 days of the delivery milk, it contains minerals, water, and minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, fat droplets, milk protein like casein, and milk sugar like lactose. So the presence of lactose provide the sweetness to the milk, and hence the milk is necessary for the newborn child. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe Exam Hai on YouTube, like our videos, and comment.